So I just got a text while you went to get a beer that my friend just scored Tom York tickets for tomorrow. And I just feel like part of being here is being at the center of like the best music that comes through.
That was photographer Morgan Shidler. I'm Jeff, and this is Storied San Francisco. Morgan's stories will make up a two-part podcast. In today's episode, part 1, Morgan will talk about a protest in San Francisco that changed her life. And she'll throw in a San Francisco ghost story for good measure. Check back Thursday for part 2. Here's Morgan.
All right, well, since we're sitting in the social study and I'm looking at my protest pictures.
Okay.
What comes to mind, actually, which I did not think of until I just looking at it, because I'm so visual and that's just what it is. I came to San Francisco because I was in San Diego for my first 2 years of college, and 9/11 happened a week after I got there.
Okay.
And I didn't know that I was political before that. I didn't know that there was conservative things before that, really. Mm-hmm. Even though my dad was conservative, it wasn't a part of our house. And so when the Iraq War happened and the protests were starting, it wasn't very active down there. It's a military town. People, I mean, I definitely had friends that were against it, but it was not like a culture.
Right.
And so we flew
Certainly
up.
not the way it is here.
No, and I knew that in my heart, you know, having grown up in the North Bay, but I wasn't, you know, you're just finding yourself, you're like 18. Yeah. Like, what do I even care about? So
that was kind of your first war as a... Is 18 a young adult? I don't even know what to go... Whatever.
Yeah, like, I felt like a child.
You're down there for college,
yes.
So...
Yeah, I was 17 when 9/11 happened because I was like a young graduate or whatever. And then the war, we were leading up to the war when I was 18.
Right.
And I had, you know, friends who were going to go and who had enlisted before it was started and, you know, just all the feels that happened. And I had started taking some political science classes in San Diego. Mm-hmm. You know, you might get some liberal professors, but you also got really, really conservative professors who assigned their own textbooks that they wrote dedicated to George W. Bush the warrior. And, you know, in these big lecture halls, San Diego State is massive. And so these young kids who were my peers that were like eating it up. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is happening?
Where am I? Yeah.
So sometime in 2002, during the lead up to the war, there was a big protest here in the city, and I flew up for it. It was really important to me. And
was that Civic Center?
I mean, it was the whole city. I've yet to see a protest that looks like that.
I remember one that I can't remember if it started at Civic Center, Dolores Park, but there was a big march.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, I'm old.
I don't know
That's
where it
so
started.
long ago, I can't remember the details, but I know I was in it.
Yeah. I mean, we all were. Yeah. System of a Down filmed that music video, remember, at the Ferry Building.
Okay, yeah.
So we took the ferry in. It must have been from Sausalito. It's like a vague memory. But as a photographer, you know, I was shooting film back then because you had to. And yeah, I've never seen that many people since, or obviously then.
Women's March this year is the
Women's
closest thing I've seen to that. Yes,
actually, and I was.
So we've got war and a terrible president that draws people together.
Right, and I actually was at the DC Women's March.
Oh, awesome.
And so that was So I can't believe I didn't think that, but not in San Francisco have I ever seen a protest. And I imagine the Women's March this year was similar, but it was just, you know, I didn't live in the city at the time. I was unfamiliar. I'd only come in to, you know, underage drink and go to Chinatown and stuff. So,
which I'm going to get into some of those stories eventually.
Yeah. I mean, it's
that sounds fun.
I'm like, I have a whole party San Francisco angle that I really could talk about too, and I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just looking, So, anyways, that protest was wild. We ended up kind of wandering into the, you know, rogue protest, if you, I don't know what the punk protest by accident.
I know what you mean, like the Black Bloc.
Yeah,
and
Black
stuff like
Bloc,
that.
Antifa, whatever.
Earth Firsters. And
we don't know. They're just, all of a sudden we look around, everyone's in black with bandanas over their faces, and horse police like surround us, and we had to like escape. We had to run away, and they horses and the things, and we made it out. I mean, it was crazy. It was like, what is happening?
Were you able to shoot while that like
not during that moment, no. It's a little too inexperienced for that, and but I'll never forget those photos that I took. They're some of the best pictures I ever took. But I'll never forget the experience. It was just like, it was life changing. And the people I was with, I'll never forget. And came back.
Life changing how? Sorry.
Well, there's something about protesting that is just like who we are as people, right? Like, it's just almost like a part of our being to resist and to come together in community. And for the most part, it was peaceful. And to see how many people were united against this war, it was mind-blowing that we were doing it anyway, and that it was happening. And that's that System of a Down video that I'm not a huge System of a Down fan, but that video was really powerful, where it showed the different protests that were happening in London and New York, and hundreds of thousands of people across the world, millions if not. So as a young college student, it was like, okay, like, it's time to care about things and stop smoking so much weed and going to class high, and and I think I need to leave San Diego if I'm really gonna live a life that
timing wise, because you said you moved to San Francisco in 2003.
Right after that, I finished out that school year, and I don't know how I just pieced together money. It was just like, I don't know how it all worked out, when you look back at those things, but I scraped together money because I had friends that were going to go backpacking in Europe. So I did that, and then I came back and moved to San Francisco, and I just remember having like $50 in my bank account. So how did I do both of those things? I don't know. So, it was amazing. I got to San Francisco. We moved into a flat in Nopa before it was Nopa.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not Nopa.
Okay, can we just not
have
Western
it be?
Edition.
Okay. It's still...
Yeah, so what was
this,
weird,
this
it was on Hayes and
very
Ashbury.
Pro-Western Edition, fuck Nopa.
I know,
Except
and I was
the
also like,
actually
I want to go negative. I'm not going to talk shit.
The restaurant's actually... I actually like it.
Oh, it's a great restaurant, and I love Nopalito
but
too.
It's not the neighborhood.
No.
Yeah.
Although we did
Western.
struggle to describe where we lived, which was on Hayes and Ashbury. So we would say like North Panhandle, Upper Haight-ish.
Yeah. I like Upper DMV.
Upper
If we're going to call it anything.
Fully Upper DMV.
Right.
Fully Upper DMV. But it was
we
amazing.
were kind of
there
neighbors,
was a
by the
ghost
way.
There. It was a great experience. Oh.
I lived at Hayes and DeViz right around that time.
Beanbag Cafe.
I lived next door to the Beanbag Cafe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. You said there's a ghost.
There was a ghost.
Is this a San Francisco ghost story?
It's a San Francisco ghost story. It's not like that exciting, other than the fact that it's real. She was there. Our place was super cold all the time, which is not weird for San Francisco, but like we would call the handyman and he would come and be like, why do you keep blowing out the pilot light? And we would be like, what's a pilot light? And things would fly across the room, TV would turn off and on, we'd hear nails on the glass, and
what kind of things would fly across the room?
Like wine corks or silverware. Like nothing was ever dangerous. Like it was always just like making her presence known. And we had a roommate transition at one point. Like one roommate moved out, one moved in. And one of her first nights there, me and my roommate who had been there, we were sitting in the living room on our lawn chair, which was our furniture, drinking Cosmopolitans, watching Sex in the City, because we're big girls.
Yes.
And our new roommate had been like getting ready, and her mirror had faced the hallway, and she had seen. So anyways, she comes into the living room, has a weird look on her face, and she's like, oh, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. And my other roommate and I,
because you hadn't said anything to her yet.
No, we didn't sell the flat. Like, please move in.
By the way, there's a ghost.
There may or may not be a ghost. Yeah. Weird things are
she
starting to happen.
She doesn't pay rent, but it's cool.
Yeah.
So she didn't know, and she came in and said.
So she didn't know anything, but she just came in and had a really weird look on her face and was like, you guys are going to think we're crazy. I'm crazy, and my roommate and I look at each other and we're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And she's like, I swear, I just, I was looking in the mirror and somebody walked behind me. I thought it was one of you in like a long nightgown and like granny panties. And we're sitting there like fully dressed. Like, yeah, I think we have a ghost. So, we just treated her like our fourth roommate. We were very respectful.
Did you give her a name?
We didn't give her a name. We
That might have
acknowledged
been
her.
presumptuous.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. We just, I wouldn't say we were exactly comfortable with it, but we were very respectful.
Right.
And our neighbors that lived on the third floor happened to have gone to high school with that newer roommate in Long Island, which is another San Francisco coincidence because it's the smallest place ever. They would always talk shit. They didn't believe us. They didn't care. They had seen plenty of the things all, over the course of the years, but they didn't. Anyways, one night they were just talking hella shit, and a lot had been happening that month. And we're just like, don't talk shit. Like, we don't want to make her mad. Like, it's okay. Like, just stop. And they're like, fuck it, blah, 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 talking shit. And then in the middle of their sentence, like, the whole flat loses power. And everyone screamed. And we went outside, and it was just our building, which, like, that doesn't happen.
That's it for episode 12, part 1 of Storied San Francisco, the first podcast of 2018. You can follow Morgan on Instagram at Morgan Shidler. That's MorganShidler. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at StoriedSF. Our Facebook page is at Storied San Francisco. We've put up some amazing photographs that Morgan has taken of protests over on our website, which is storiedsf.com. Drop us an email at storiedsf@gmail.com. Music for the podcast is by Otis McDonald, a.k.a. Joe Bigale. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to check back Thursday for part 2.